Welcome back to your Year of Transformation. Today, we are diving into a concept that will shift how you view yourself and the world around you, the NLP Communication Model. You have likely heard of the famous quote, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Well, this applies to how you process information too. If you keep reacting to the situation the same way without understanding why, you're likely to get the same emotional response over and over again. But by the end of this episode, you'll have the tools to break that cycle, helping you make better decisions, communicate more effectively, and respond to your emotions in a healthier way. Let's dive into it. What is the NLP communication model? Every second, your brain processes an overwhelming amount of information from the world around you. But here's the thing, you don't process it all. Your mind is selective, filtering out what's unnecessary and focusing on what feels important. It creates a version of reality you can manage. There are two components of this communication model. Number one, sensory input. The raw data you receive through your senses. That is, what you see, images, body languages, and facial expressions, what you hear, sounds, tones, and words, and what you feel, emotions, and physiological sensations. Component number two is the internal filters. Your mind processes sensory inputs through mental lenses, which shapes your interpretation. These filters are things like what you hold as true about yourself and the world around you, or what you prioritize or consider most important, or your past experiences that influence your reactions, or how you describe and frame the current reality. These filters are like glasses. Your perception is colored by them. The world does not change, but how you see it does, shaped by the meaning you assign through the language you use to describe sensory inputs, filtered through your internal beliefs, values, and past experiences. I know, that was a lot of jargon, but let's explore that concept using a real life example. Imagine you're discussing a holiday plan with a family member, and the conversation turns into an argument. You feel frustrated, and they seem upset too. Here's how NLP communication model helps you understand what's going on. Component number one, sensory inputs. You notice their facial expressions or body language if they are frowning or avoiding eye contact, and you might assume that they are angry at you, even if they're just tired, distracted, or even preoccupied. Or you focus on their tone of voice. If they sound sharp or impatient, you might take it personally, even if they're just in a rush. Or maybe you notice how you feel, intense shoulders, racing of heart, and assume it means that things are going badly, even if the disagreement is normal. Now, these inputs might seem valid based on what you're seeing, hearing, or feeling. But your internal filters, that is, your beliefs, values, and memories that you carry, are what gives these inputs their meaning. Now, component number two, that is internal filters. If you believe I'm always the one who has to compromise, you might feel unfairly treated before you have even heard their full perspective. Or if family traditions are very important to you, you might feel hurt if they suggest doing something new, assuming that they don't care about the tradition as much as you do. Or if you've had similar arguments in the past, you might assume this one will end the same way, even if things could turn out differently this time. Now that you understand the NLP communication model, how can you apply this knowledge in your real life, particularly when you feel misunderstood or react strongly? Identify your preference. Are you more visual, auditory, or kinesthetic in how you experience the world? Second, examine your filter. Reflect on your beliefs and values. Third, shift your filters for a better perception. Recognize limiting beliefs or negative filters and consciously, consistently shift them to more empowering ones. Fourth, observe how others are filtering information. Pay attention on how others process sensory inputs to communicate more effectively with them. Let's take a moment for you to apply what you've just learned. Reflect on a recent situation where you felt misunderstood or reacted strongly. Here's your chance to use NLP communication model. Number one, reflect. What triggered your reaction? Was it something you saw, heard, or felt? Second, identify your preference. Did you focus on their tone, their body language, their words, or how they made you feel? Fourth, examine your filters. What belief, value, or past experiences influenced your interpretation? Fourth, shift your filter. Reframe your perception to see the situation more objectively. For example, instead of thinking, they don't respect me, you can say, could they be stressed or distracted? This quick exercise helps you break automatic reactions and choose conscious responses instead, improving your emotional regulation and communication. By understanding how your mind filters sensory input, you gain the power of reshaping your experiences and build stronger connections with others. Awareness of NLP communication model can transform how you see yourself and interact with the world around you. It's not about changing the world around you, but it's about changing how you interpret the world around you. Next week, we'll explore the power of words, the link between language and reality, exploring how words influence thought patterns and emotional states. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to share, like, and subscribe. And I would love to hear how you plan to apply the NLP communication model in your life. Drop a comment below, and I'll see you next week. Take care.